unfortunately like kind of spiraled me to think about my body a lot more, which is something I really am sad about, because for so long I was honestly just so neutral when it came to my body. Good morning friends, happy Wednesday. Welcome to a what I eat in a day video. I haven't done one of these in a hot minute, so I thought it would be nice to just share with you guys a little longer version of what I eat in a day, because I do these a lot on like shorts and TikTok and reels and whatnot. I don't really do like a full explanation of what I'm eating and why I'm eating certain things and doing certain things. So I thought it would be nice to take you guys along a little day on my plate. I went to bar this morning, which was so lovely. Obviously just gotten home and made myself a coffee. Yesterday I prepped some chia seed pudding, which is something I'm also really like loving at the moment. I kind of toss between that, overnight oats and scrambled eggs on toast for breakfast, and yesterday my yogurt was like almost finished, so I thought let me use the remainder to make a nice chia seed pudding. So I'm gonna have that in a little bit for breakfast. I usually do start my day off with a lemon water, which you guys would have seen, and then if I have a very early start and I'm teaching, I'll have my coffee. If I'm not, then I'll do my workout, come home, have my coffee and breakfast and whatnot after. Kind of depends on the day, but my days are very similar in terms of like I always have a coffee, I always have lemon water. I'm very scheduled with like the times that I eat, because I'm always hungry at those times. Like I've kind of like regulated my body in a way where like I'm hungry pretty consistently at certain times during the day. But I thought let's do a little what I eat in a day, bring you guys along my day of eating. I'm just drinking my coffee on the balcony, enjoying a very crisp morning. It's beautiful out, sun is shining. It's such a sunny day, which is so lovely. There's a little bit of a breeze in the air, which I also really like. I'm gonna have my coffee, take it easy for a little bit, and then go make my brekkie. A while later, I've obviously showered, I put on a little bit of makeup, I washed my hair, I feel very fresh for the day ahead. I do have a hustle and heart class this evening. If you guys watch my weekly vlogs, you'll see in most of those I go on a Wednesday evening to hustle and heart, and I absolutely love it. Other than my like daily walks, which I don't really do on a Wednesday because I have my hustle class, that's like the only other intentional cardio I get during the week. And most days I like to do like a bar class or Pilates class alongside an hour walk, whereas on a Wednesday I'll do a bar class alongside a hustle class, and I love that combo. So I've got that this evening, and then after that I have a dinner with friends. So I'm kind of like put together enough now that from hustle I'll probably go straight to dinner. I'll just pop a little bit of deodorant and perfume on. That is my plan for later, but right now what I'm going to do is put on my shoes. I'm going to head out. I'm going to go to Norfolk, grab a coffee and maybe read my book there for a little bit, and then I'm going to head to the waterfront. I want to buy some fresh flowers. I need to get a bit of my lunch for today for myself. I need to get dinner for Josh for tonight. I've run out of yogurt. I have a few other things on my list that I need to do at the waterfront, so we'll go do that and then kind of just see where the afternoon takes me. I want to edit a little bit of this video, so I'm excited to spend the day with you guys and show you everything I do and everything I eat. Let me go put my shoes on and head to the either Norfolk or the waterfront. I'm not too sure where I'll go first. So lovely. Had a delish coffee at Norfolk, was reading my book. Such a nice little break in my morning. You guys on a bit of a slant because I'm parked in a parallel parking that's like on a little bit of a hill. Cape Town parking for you. But anyway, I'm gonna head to the waterfront now, go get my admin done, and then probably head home, make myself some lunch. Honestly, it's kind of hot. I was hoping it was a bit cooler, but it's like 23 degrees. But to be honest, I was like sitting in the sun at Norfolk, so it was quite warm in the sun. So maybe it is a little bit cooler, but now I'm like, after my coffee and sitting in the sun, I'm like, okay, need some aircon in my life. But anyway, I'm gonna head to the waterfront and I'll catch you guys a bit later. I bought some roses. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but I had tulips. Literally, I bought them on Sunday. You would have seen in my little weekly vlog. And by yesterday, which was Tuesday, so 2 days, they were completely collapsed, like dead. So that was so annoying because they were like 220 rand or something for the tulips, which I know they usually are quite pricey, but I was like, if they last a week or two, like it's so worth it for me because I love them. I love seeing them in the house, but they literally didn't even last 2 days, so that was really frustrating. So I bought some roses because I know the Woolies roses last so long and they look so lovely. I love having fresh flowers in my house. I wanted to have a quick little heart to heart before I make myself some lunch because I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if it was like getting married and like at the back of my mind the thought of like how I wanted to look on my wedding day is what maybe triggered this, but for the last year maybe I've had a lot more like body image thoughts than I've had in the last like 6 years since sort of like recovering from my disordered eating, all of that kind of stuff that I dealt with in my early 20s. By 2018, 2019, I was like in my recovery. I was intuitive eating, I was gaining weight, but I was like enjoying the process of trying to heal my like disordered food rules and that like way of thinking. And honestly, since 2020 till last year, I have been in the best space mentally with my food and like my body image and all that kind of stuff. And then when my endometriosis symptoms started kicking in and my bloating became really bad and like chronic, and as I said, like I was getting married and like the body image thought of like how I wanted to look on my wedding day, when all those things started to like accumulate last year, it unfortunately like kind of spiraled me to think about my body a lot more, which is something I really am sad about because for so long I was honestly just so neutral when it came to my body and really just like happy living my life the way I'd always lived it, or at least for the past like 5 years, whilst being an intuitive eater and a Pilates instructor and loving movement and loving the way like my body like felt, but being neutral to sometimes how it like would look. But last year that kind of shifted and I've been trying really hard this year to retrain my mind to kind of like how I was before my endometriosis symptoms and before getting engaged and like planning a wedding and thinking about being a bride. I really just wanted to go back to that feeling of like, I love my body for so many reasons other than what, like how it looks. I love my body because it allows me to walk every day and it allows me to move and do bar and Pilates, and it allows me to just live life. It's healthy, it's, you know, I was able to get my endometriosis surgery, and there's so many things. Like I almost want to this year shift the focus away from my body, at least mentally, and like shift the focus to things like how blessed am I that I have a job I love, that I've got friendships that just love me because of who I am and not anything to do with my body. I've got a husband that adores me for who I am. Same goes for family. You know, food on my plate every single night. I have endless options for meals. I have coffee out almost daily. I have so many blessings and none of them have to do with my body. And so I've been trying super hard to like intentionally shift my mind from thinking about how I look to about how I feel, also just kind of being like neutral when it comes to my body. So I love coffee and I love having dairy in my coffee, and that does mean I'm a little bit more bloated than I might be if I had an almond milk or oat milk or something like that in my coffee, but I don't enjoy that. Like it doesn't bring me happiness. I don't like the taste. So I'm not gonna live my life drinking something I don't like but looking a certain way. I don't want to do that to myself. Like that to me, it's not worth it. So I guess this whole little rant is just like, if you've been feeling hard on yourself, or you've been feeling a little bit like iffy about your body image, obviously it's so normal to have these moments, like these like ebbs and flows of life. I was so like, you know, feeling so good about myself, I guess, for so long, and then last year that sort of shifted, but now I'm like kind of coming out of it again, and I'm allowing myself to have felt that way. And now I'm like, okay, we felt that way, it is what it is. Now we pick ourselves up and we move forward, and we embrace all the good in our life and the positives and all the blessings that we have, and trying to shift my mind from my body to how I feel. And I've continued intuitive eating even with this mindset, because I know that if I shift away from intuitive eating, it's going to be a downward spiral, and we don't want to do that. Definitely the past couple of weeks, I finally feel like I'm coming out of like the constant thought about like how I look, and this is just me being completely transparent and honest, because I do like to do that on my channel, and I don't want anyone to think that I'm like perfect. I love myself all the time. I don't, and I haven't for like a year. And so like, I'm gonna be completely honest, like I did not like how I looked on my wedding day, which is so sad and such a sad thought for me to think. But I didn't like my hair, I didn't really like my makeup, I didn't like how I looked in my dress. That in itself has been quite a challenge for me to deal with, and trying to overcome that has been hard, because you plan for this day and then it doesn't really, like, the day itself was the best day of my life, but how I looked did not go to plan. Like that wasn't how I wanted to look, which is so sad to me, but like it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, I think maybe that didn't help my body image and my like dysmorphia when it comes to my body. I'm trying hard to shift, as I said, away from my body image and just like think about other things. Like I don't want to place so much emphasis on how I look anymore. Like that's not what's important about me, and it's not what's important about you either. So yeah, little rant, actually a long rant, but I'm gonna go make myself some lunch. I've got some bread that a friend gave me, which looks and smells so good. I'm gonna have that with like a little chicken mayo pesto mix, some rocket, some parmesan. I can't wait, and I'm delish. It is a while later, and I'm about to make my homemade granola. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this will be the first time I've made it this whole year. I really want to make a new batch, and I thought, why not film it for you guys? It is a chai spice granola, and I use whatever nuts and seeds I have in my house. It's got the most amazing flavor, the best spices, and obviously now like we're going into autumn, so this like chai spice will be perfect, very fitting for the season. So we're gonna make that so that I have a nice little granola bowl snack a little bit later. Snacking on the granola. It's so good. It's so good. So I'm gonna make myself a little granola bowl. I'm gonna use raspberries, full cream yogurt, and my granola. When I have it for like breakfast, I'll have about a cup. If I have it as a snack, I'll have like a third of a cup. But honestly, like I've already eaten so many handfuls of it, so I don't even know. I don't really measure anything. The only thing I actually do measure, and it's because the quantities actually matter, is like my overnight oats. Because if you don't do the right amount of milk, like psyllium husk or whatever, it kind of changes the texture, and I like a specific texture. So it's the only reason I would like measure things. It's purely to get the right texture of something, or the right measurements. Like a recipe would call for a certain amount of stuff. stuff, but I don't measure anything else. Like I just eat intuitively, whatever feels good. If I want a bit more, I'll have. If I don't, then I'll leave. And I never ever finish anything if I don't feel like I want to. Like if I'm full, I'm full. I don't force myself to finish anything. But then if I want more, I'll allow myself more. That's kind of like the way my mind works around food. Anyway, my mouth is still like salivating because I really want a granola bowl. So I'm gonna make myself that, sit on the couch, watch a little bit of series, and then start to freshen up to go to my hustle class, which I actually think will be really good for me. I was kind of like, I really don't feel like going, but I think it'll be really nice to go. And then straight after hustle, I'm actually going to a friend for dinner. So I'll show you guys what I end up eating there. I absolutely won't vlog, but I will definitely show you guys what I end up having tonight. But anyway, I'm gonna make this granola. Okay guys, I'm in the car. I'm on the way to my hustle class. I'm actually really looking forward to this next hour. I've been home majority of the day other than like my little excursion earlier, which I love. Like I'm such a homebody, so I love being home, but I am looking forward to getting out the house and moving my body a little bit. I'm gonna go straight from hustle to my friend's house for dinner, so I will show you guys what I end up getting, well not getting, what we end up eating. So I'll probably be the next time I update you guys, but yeah, looking forward to moving my body. I've just gotten home. It is almost 8:30, so I'm gonna go upstairs, shower, take off this makeup from the day. As you guys saw, I had a very snacky dinner at my friend. It was actually delicious. We had cheeses and crackers and breads and dips and all of that stuff, which was so yummy. I do feel like I've overeaten, which is also like not a feeling I love, but it's not something I'm like hard on myself about anymore. Like back in the day when I used to overeat, like I would overthink it so much, whereas now it's like, okay, I ate past fullness, I'll survive. It's not the end of the world. And then tomorrow I just go about my day as normal. Like I'm not going to change anything. I'm not going to eat less. I'm not going to exercise more. I'm literally just going to live my same day that I would have had I not overate. We did have dessert, which I completely forgot to film and record, but it was one of those like mini magnums from Woolies. They're like those little mini solos. It was a chocolate caramel with like honeycomb on the outside, and it was a 10 out of 10. I think that's what put me over the edge because I wasn't feeling that full, and then I had that and I was like stuffed, but it was so divine and I wouldn't change a thing. And it was a delicious day of eating, and I had so much fun spending time with you guys and just opening up about like my thoughts at the moment with my body. But we're working on it, and we're not doing anything drastic. We're not changing any ways of eating. We're not dieting. We're not doing any of that kind of stuff. It's purely just like me trying to get out of my head, and as I said earlier, just like be grateful for everything that I have and just not put so much emphasis on my body, because it's honestly the least interesting part about me, and I know that, but sometimes it's easy to forget. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you again very soon for the next one. Love you, bye.